Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm coming from Team Shadow Strike, and I have another deck profile here for you guys. And it is a new Link Joker deck profile, and it is my Omega Glendios deck profile. So, yep, it is true. I finally have slapped this thing together. I have not play tested it, but this is the build that I kind of envisioned when I was contemplating if I ever did get the Glendioses. Then it turns out that this guy was being pulled in America so easy, it was almost unreal. I pulled two myself, traded for my third, and I'm actually getting a fourth next weekend in another trade. My friend Kevin bought 3 boxes from our locals, and he pulled a Glendios in all 3 boxes. So Glendios is just popping up all over the place right now. He actually... believe it or not, we thought that his price was going to be about the same that it was over here in Japan. I'm going to pull it up here real quick. He's hovering around 25, 26. Here's two of them for 50. So he's hovering only around like $25 a piece because he is all over the place. And like here you can get 3 for 80. Ooh, Omega Glendios sleeves. I might need to get those. But he's nowhere near what they were going for in Japan originally. I mean, originally in Japan I saw him going for over $100. I mean, he was insane. Until they got their promo version of him, which is the common, which I have heard that we are going to get in the next promo pack here in America. I don't know if that... I have to assume that's real because I heard the same place that I found that information was I found about the last promo pack, and that one turned out to be right. So, anywho, so anyway, I'm gonna jump straight into this deck profile. If you guys should know pretty much what this deck is shooting to do. It is the first. If you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll get this reference. It's the first Exodia of Vanguard. So let's jump straight into it. So for the starting Vanguard, he is pretty much your lifesaver. He is Star Vader, World Line, and Dragon, along with being a freaking amazing artwork. His ability is this. He doesn't have the standard Pioneer effect that all the starting Vanguards have. His ability is a soul ability, which means he's not going to slide out when you ride over him. His ability is... choose a card with reverse in its card name from your hand and discard it. At the beginning of your ride phase, if you have a Link Joker Vanguard, and if your Vanguard is not grade 3 or greater, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for up to 1 Link Joker from among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. So what this does is it helps you when you don't have a grade 1 or grade 2, because we play... I think I play 13 grade 3s. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yes. You play 13 grade 3s in this deck because you need it to fuel it for Glendios, so you have to have a starting Vanguard that is going to help you. So that's what World Line N does. By discarding a reverse unit, you get to look at the top 5 for a card that you need. So that's what World Line N does. That's why he's there. So now for triggers, I was kind of not sure how I wanted to do the triggers for this deck, so I just did it kind of to where it could work out, it would help me in a multitude of ways. I play 2 Meteor Liger, 2 Weiss Soldat, 2 Star Vader Spark Doll for 6 critical trigger, then I play 2 Star Vader Nebula Captor, 2 Star Vader Scouting Ferris, and 2 Star Vader Giratail for 6 draw triggers, and then 4 Recollection Star Vader Tellurium. I'm so glad this heal trigger's finally out. I love this guard's art. So we have 6 crit, 6 draw, and 4 heal. I think that works out well both ways. If you crit, great. If you get draw, well, great. Draw power in this deck is something you do want. So for your grade 1s, it's your grade lineup is a little bit lower since you're playing a lot more grade 3s in a Glendios deck. So for my grade 1s, I'm playing 2 copies of Barrier Star Prometheum. This is the very first deck I ever have played, not for Perfect Guards. But to make up for that, we also play 3 copies of Taboo Star Vader Rubidium. Excuse me, I think that's how you say that. Rubidium? His ability is when If your Vanguard is Glendios, you can place this on guard, and whenever your opponent is attacking your a unit, you can use this and redirect it to any one of your reversed rear guards that you play in the deck. So it's whoops, sorry about that, guys. It kind of acts like a alternate perfect guard, but your Vanguard must be Glendios. I'm starting out with 3, but I might go to 2. I don't know yet, but I think 3 is a good solid number. It's player preference. For the rest of my grade 1s, I'm playing 4 copies of Star Vader Ruin Magician. I love this card's artwork. Her ability is, when this unit is placed on the rear guard, you may counterblast 1. If you have a Link Joker Vanguard, you may choose a card from your drop zone with reverse in its card name for each different rear guard you have with reverse in its card name and put it into your hand. So, if, say you have 2 reverse units on the field, you may call this Counterblast 1 and add 2 reverse cards from your drop zone back into your hand. So it gets you your reverse units back, because you will be discarding them with Glendios' effect, obviously, but you're also going to be more than likely ditching them with World Line End. So it serves as a way to get them back. And then for the rest of the grade 1s, we play 3 copies of Engraving Star Vader Praise-Demonium. Praise-Odemium. I have no idea. This is the damage unflipper for you. His ability is when this unit is placed on the rear guard, if you have a Link Joker Vanguard, for each rear guard you have with reverse in its card name, you may unflip 1 damage. So, very helpful. Grade 2s, in which we only play 2 different grade 2s, but we play 4 of each of them. And the first one is Star Vader Magnet Hollow. This is the grade 2 that you want to ride for your grade 2 if possible. His ability is when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Star Vader in its card name, you may counterblast 1. If you do, you may search your deck for up to 1 card with reverse in its card name, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So, for Magnet Hollow, this is the grade 2 that we want to ride as our grade 2 if possible. And for our other grade 2, we play 4 copies of Star Vader Cold Death Dragon. So, his ability is when this unit is placed on the rear guard, if you have a Link Joker Vanguard and your opponent has a locked card, you may counterblast 1. If you do, your opponent chooses one of his or own rear guards and puts the top card of his or her deck into that rear guard face in. Okay, let me start that over. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, and you have a Link Joker Vanguard, and your opponent has a locked card, you may counterblast 1. If you do, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guard circles, and then takes the top card of his or her deck and places that rear guard face down as a locked card. So it helps if your opponent is, like we saw on the show, if your opponent is playing that, well, you can't get Glendios' effect off, I don't have 5 rear guards. Well, this helps force them out onto the field. So, that's why he's there. But you want to ride Magnet Hollow as your grade 2 if possible, because Cold Death is only an 8K. So. And then for the grade 3s, we play a lot of different grade 3s. We play a grand total of 7 reverse units. I play 2 copies of Star Vader Reverse Cradle, and I just dropped one, so 1 second. So 2 copies of Star Vader Reverse Cradle. Now you might be asking why 2? Well, the reason is I really only needed 1, but then I pulled another one, and I'm like, well, may as well play them both. I mean, because the other one's really not going to do me any good anywhere else. So I played 2 Reverse Cradle. I play 1 copy of Dauntless Dominate Dragon Reverse. 1 copy of Dark Dimensional Robo Reverse Dayusha, 1 copy of Silverthorn Dragon Queen Lukier Reverse, 1 copy of School Punisher Leopold Reverse, and 1 copy of Covert Demonic Dragon Aoki Vogue Reverse. So for your reverse cards, you can pretty much play your favorites. I play 7, but I would not recommend any more than 8. But for your reversed units, just play your favorites. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that they have reverse in their card name. And then, for the rest of our grade 3s, I play 3 copies of Star Vader Infinite Zero Dragon. This is our Link Joker break ride. Basically, this is what you want to ride first, if at all possible. His ability is when a Link Joker Grade 3 rides on top of him, the new unit will receive plus 10,000 power, and you can lock a front and back row unit of your opponents. So, you know, not much explaining there. And also, if he's your Vanguard, when he attacks, he gains plus 2, making him a 13k attacker, if he attacks your opponent's Vanguard. And then, for the boss of this deck, and one of the best cards in Link Joker, obviously, and arguably one of the best in the game, Star Vader Omega Glendios, 3 copies. Now, let me read all of Glendios' effect here, because this is going to take a bit. Limit Break 5, or better known as World's End. At the beginning of your main phase, if the number of locked cards your opponent has is 5 or more, you win the game. Simple, easy to understand, straight to the point. At the beginning of your main phase, if Glendios is sitting in your Vanguard circle, you have locked all 5 of your opponent's rear guards, and you are at 5 damage, you win the game. No, regardless of whatever else has happened. Limit Break 4. Counterblast 1 and select a rear guard with reverse in its card name from your hand and discard it. All of your opponent's locked cards cannot be unlocked during during his or her next end phase. Basically, this is the Omega Lock ability. You remember Prison Gate Star Vader? It pretty much prolongs the lock another turn, except your opponent cannot unlock it. So it just extends the lock even longer. So you activate that ability by discarding one of your many reversed units. And when you're also going to be discarding them with Worldline End Dragon, that is why we play Ruin Magician to get them back into our hands, so we can continually use that skill. So that's his limit break. Third ability. When your unit with reverse in its card name is placed on the rear guard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. This ability cannot be used for the rest of the turn. So once per turn, if you call one of your reverse units, you can lock a unit for absolutely nothing except a call of a reverse unit. And then his fourth and final ability, it is a Vanguard continuous effect. All of your rear guards with reverse in its card name is also a Link Joker, and during your turn, they get plus 4k. So that turns all of your reversed units that you play in your deck during your turn. Not only are they considered a Link Joker unit, but they also receive plus 4,000 power, making all of them, since they're 11k, making them all 15k attackers, which is amazing. So pretty much the idea is, guys, is you want to get Star Vader Infinite Zero on your Vanguard circle, then you want to break ride Glendios and just slowly start getting your opponent closer and closer to World's End. If you never achieve World's End, Glendios is an amazing card that can literally just freeze your opponent until you beat them, whether either it is by you just run through all their defense and they just can't guard anymore, or you World's End them with his ultimate break. So, you know, this card, I have not gotten a chance to playtest my version of it yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to my locals. I'm filming this at 1 in the morning. So I'll be going to my locals technically today, and I'm going to be playtesting this for the first time. It is what it is. It is a good deck. I'm not denying that. You just have to be aware of a lot of things if you face against a Glendios deck, because it's going to be a dead giveaway when you see the starting Vanguard. If you see this, then you know what you're facing. I'm going to try and do a couple of matches with this for you guys so you can see how the deck works. But... I guess I'll just have to playtest and I'm going to get the most consistent build of this that I can, and then I will show it to you guys. If I do decide change up a couple of things and it's major, I'll do a deck profile update. When I get my 4th Glendios that I'll be getting next weekend, because I've already done a trade to achieve it, I might go to 4 Glendios, I might not, I don't know. So in the comment section below, guys, you can tell me do you have any suggestions for the deck? I'll be more than happy to hear them. I mean, I don't claim to know I don't claim to have mastered the Glendios deck yet because I haven't played it yet. But I'm always willing to hear your input. Maybe you guys have a suggestion that might be good, and if so, I'd like to hear it. So anyway, guys, in the comment section below, feel free to put down all of your questions, all your comments, or whatever, and I will be sure to answer or respond to them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd make deck profiles, trade binders, all kinds of fun stuff, as well as random rants, discussion videos, and then I have an open video policy as always. So if you ever do have a suggestion for a video, just send me a shout out and say, hey, can you make this a video, and we'll see what we can do. If you do see this and it's not October 1st, you still have 2 days left to enter my September monthly giveaway. Just scroll down until you find the video and check it out. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I'm probably going to be doing a Glendios instructional video as well. So if you do have any questions about Glendios, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do the best I can to answer them when I do make the instructional video. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up this deck profile for me, and I will see you guys later.